Dozens of supporters for former UFC champion Cain Velasquez packed a San Jose courtroom, but they were not happy with the judge's decision to deny him bail. KPIX 5 Kiet Do on how Velasquez's attorney blasted the criminal justice system.
Some tense moments in the courtroom today when the defense attorney for Cain Velasquez made some comments. The room full of Velasquez supporters burst out into applause. That's when the judge shut it down very quickly, saying that this was not a movie. It is a court of law. Velasquez did not react when the judge denied bail and ordered him held behind bars for the time being. The former UFC champ looked towards the crowd of supporters and whispered something under his mask. He's been charged with attempted murder for allegedly chasing and ramming his vehicle into and then firing shots at Harry Goularte and his family during an 11-mile high-speed pursuit that stretched from San Martin and ended in South San Jose. Goularte had been accused of molesting Velasquez's underage relative, but a judge released Goularte with no bail and ordered him to wear an ankle monitor. Judge Shalina Brown called Velasquez a substantial risk to public safety and to the Goularte family, and that his actions that day were reckless, and Goularte's case was irrelevant to the bail hearing.
Mr. Velasquez's conduct in this case endangered a great number of people.
Santa Clara County Assistant District Attorney Angela Bernhardt said they did, in fact, ask the judge to keep Goularte in jail.
Our office did oppose his release. We asked for him to be held on no bail. The judge disagreed with us, released him with an electronic monitoring bracelet, and while we disagree with that decision, we respect the court's right to make those types of decisions.
I can't believe that this is what the criminal justice system thinks is the right outcome.
Defense attorney Mark Garagos, standing alongside Velasquez's wife Michelle, said the criminal justice system is irretrievably broken.
Is there anybody out there who finds it to be beyond the pale when they released the perpetrator back into the public with $0 bail, yet they're holding Cain on no bail? This is why people are disgusted, and rightfully so, with the criminal justice system.
Professor Robert Weissman is the co-director of the Stanford Criminal Justice Center and said Velasquez's defense team could very well use Goularte's no-bail release as part of a crime of passion defense.
And here's the little calibration here. He'd be arguing that a reasonable person would have been provoked to such outrage that he would have been tempted to kill. The fully reasonable person would have overcome that temptation. But a reasonable person might be susceptible to that temptation. So the result is we split the difference, changing attempted murder to some species of assault. And that would be a way of splitting things on a passion theory.
Velasquez will stay in jail until his next court appearance on April 12th.
Let him out on bail. If you're going to let a child molester out, let a protective father out to spend time with his children.
In San Jose, Kiet Do, KPIX 5.